Are you planning to get married? I know it is your desire to be married. But now, I ask you, are you ready for marriage? Because planning to get married and being ready for marriage are two different things. My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyaele. I am your Marriage Foundation reality coach. I want to welcome all those that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I want to also plead with those that have not yet subscribed to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a life-changing channel and you will regret it when you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about an interesting topic. And this interesting topic is also controversial. It's controversial because a lot of people see it from different angles. Yes, they see it from different perspectives. The topic of today is, what is the right age for marriage? Statistics have shown that when you pick early, there's a tendency for you to break up. But is this really true? I'm not talking about statistics alone, but I am talking about experience. I'm talking about, information that I've gathered from people who married early. Now, I want the pre-25 to sit back and listen carefully. Every other person can benefit from this video, but why I am saying pre-25 is if you are getting married before you are 25. Yes, if you are getting married before you are 25. I am on that table. That is why this topic is very interesting to me. I can talk about it the whole day. I can talk about it as long as I want because I am on this table. Before I go on, I would like to explain something. Getting married young, it depends. It depends on who you are getting married to. As a girl, if you are pre-25, are you getting married to a pre-25 too? That's number one. Number two, if you are pre-25, are you getting married to somebody who is older than you by, let's say, 5 years or 10 years or thereabout? These are two different things. If you are pre-25 and you are considering marriage, ask yourself, have I finished my education? If you have finished your education, it is advisable that you work, even if it is for 2 years. When you work, you have an idea of how to interact with people. You have an idea on how to make your own money. You have an idea on how to manage money. That is if you are pre-25 and you have finished school and you have worked. Before you finish school and work for maybe 2 years, you will be clocking 24, 25. That's an angle of it. Then, if for instance, the person you are getting married to is also a pre-25, I've said it in one of my videos that our makeup, that is the female makeup and the male makeup, they are different. So the level of maturity between the girl and the boy, they are also different. We are not going to talk much on that because our focus for today is marrying early. What age is right for you to get married? That is our focus for today. Maybe later on I'll talk about that, but our focus for today is what age is right for marriage. Now, if you marry someone that is older than you with, let's say, 5-10 years or thereabouts, you should also consider the fact that maybe, just maybe, this person has also finished school, is working or something else. But you just graduated from school or you are still in school. Joining or combining schooling with family, it is not easy. I was on that table. It is not easy because in the course of being married, you might be pregnant. And when you are pregnant, now it is family, it is pregnancy, it is your unborn baby. I got married when I was in school. I gave birth when I was in school. So I think I am in the right position to talk about this topic. I am not talking about this topic based on statistics, like I said when I started. I am not talking about this topic based on what I read somewhere. I am talking about this topic based on experience. The fact that it worked for me does not mean that it was not a struggle. The fact that I went through it, gave birth, and came out successfully does not mean that it was not a struggle. So before you consider getting married, ask yourself, do I want to go to school? If I want to go to school, is it not better I finish my schooling? That's one hand. Then, am I matured mentally? Have you developed yourself mentally? Have you developed yourself physically? Have you developed yourself financially? Have you developed yourself socially? Have you developed yourself morally? The list goes on and on. As a matter of fact, if I continue talking about this topic, time will fail us. But I just want to summarize it. But I'm trying to bring out the main point so that it will guide you. I want you to look at it critically. Now, for someone like me that got married when I was in school, pre-25, as far as I am concerned, it is not the right age for marriage. Under 25, that is what we mean by pre-25. Under 25, it is not. People will tell you different things. You know, it's not everybody that will come out here and tell you the way it is. It's not everybody. But I am telling you the truth just as it really is. It was a struggle, but because, like I keep saying, I have made up my mind, to make my marriage work. That was why I stood by the marriage. I decided that I will make my marriage work. It wasn't easy, it wasn't rosy, because you know, some people, even before they get married, they will flex life. I didn't flex life. Yes, I didn't flex life. So I've also said it in one of my videos that most of the things that I do, or most of the things that I'm doing in my marriage, are things that I learned while being married. They are not follow come. Yes, I learned most of the things I know now while being married. So I learned on marriage. You might not be fortunate as I am, because you know everybody is different. But ask yourself, if I finish school, or if I want to go to school, I need to finish school. Finish your education if you want to go to school. At least get a first degree. Then get a job. If you don't want to work secularly, you can be an entrepreneur. You can start a business. There's nothing wrong with that. It's your decision. But what I'm saying is, have that knowledge. Have that knowledge, because if you don't do that, it will catch up with you. It will catch up with you in the sense that sometimes you feel you are missing out. Sometimes you feel that they are depriving you of some things. Let me just, quickly give you an example. If you are getting married to a professor, for instance, and now, because you are pre-25, maybe 20, 21, 22, you are still writing your exam, or you just got an admission. How do you think that professor will be looking at you? Granted, some of us wanted men that will pamper us. Yes, it's one of my criteria. Yes, I wanted to always be a baby. When it comes to the person that will get married, that was one of my. Yes, I wanted it. I wanted it. I wanted that pampering. I wanted it so much. I got it though. But what I'm saying is, what if the person you are getting married to is not ready for some of the things you desire? Do you know that by the time you finish school, start working, develop yourself in certain areas, some of these things you would have, you can do it yourself. I just use pampering as an example. It can be any other thing. It can be finance. It can be social life. It can be anything. It can just be anything. So, by the time you finish your schooling, you get a job, work for approximately 2 years. Or set up a business. People don't tell you some of the hurdles in marriage. They don't tell you. They just tell you the rosy parts. It's part of it anyway. But when you want to write the exam and you are giving an expo, or you are giving tips, or where you can concentrate, where you can read the likely areas to come out, you are not supposed to fail that exam. And that is where I come in. I am not saying this to discourage you from getting married, because some people will feel if you marry early, you start giving birth on time. If you marry early, as your children are growing, you'll be growing with them. Nobody will even know the difference. Yes, that might be true, because in my own case, I married early. I started giving birth almost immediately. And when you see my children, you won't even know that they are my children. They are big. I agree. But have you asked yourself, what if I get married and I don't give birth immediately? Have you asked yourself that question? Have you asked yourself, what if I get married and there's a problem somewhere and I get a divorce, or I get separated from my husband? We talk about the rosy part. We don't talk about the other part of it. Nobody prays for that anyway, I know. But have you asked yourself that question? What is the guarantee that when you marry early, you start giving birth to children early? What is the guarantee? There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. So using that as an escape route, you are wrong. you're wrong. And then, if you marry early, and if you are just unfortunate, the person you got married to is not willing to tolerate all your childish behaviors, what do? You've already gotten married to the person. What do? Or if you marry pre-25 versus pre-25, it's going to be war, because both of you are not developed mentally. Believe it or not, our development, the man and the woman, they are not the same. It takes a man a longer time to mature. It takes a longer time for a man to mature. Yes, it does. It does. We are opening up some of these things to you so that you know before you rush and go into marriage. You rush in, you rush out. It takes the grace of God. It takes commitment. It takes determination for you to remain in your marriage when you marry early. And that's the truth. I gave an example. A professor getting married to a year one student or a jambito. How do you think it will look? There are things you'll be doing. The professor will be saying, what's this now? What have I gotten myself into? Except you see, which I know is very rare, a man that is older than you. I'm not talking about, that's pre-25 now, marrying somebody that is older, maybe by 5, 10 or thereabouts years. It takes special grace for you to meet such men now. Except you meet a man that is older than and is willing to come down to your level. Coming down to your level means accepting you that you are younger than he is. Accepting you as a wife also, because if you accept somebody as your wife, it means that, in fact, two people are age mates. I learned about this when I went to tell my uncle that I was getting married. And I said, anybody you want to marry, if the person, like, let the person be 100 years and you are 20 years, you people are age mates. And it was when I got married I understood what he meant. So except you marry such a person, except you marry such a person that will allow you live your life, there are things you want to do, this person will be frowning at it. But if it is somebody that understands you, understand that you are too young, or understand that you married early, understand that me, I have flexed at you, you are just coming up, you have not done, the person will even likely flex life with you. Some people, even though they know that you are younger than they are, they still see it as disturbance when you tell them some of the things that you want as, as a younger person. So before you decide to get married, please, I am begging you, consider some of these areas. Because some of the things that bring problem to homes or in marriages are some of these things that I mentioned. If you are not developed financially, it brings problems. You should be able to sort out yourself, at least in some areas. So if you are developed mentally, physically, morally, socially, it will help you. But if you are not, it's going to be a struggle, my darling. It's going to be a struggle. Let us pick social development, for instance. You need to learn how to interact with people. Yes, you need to learn how to interact with people. That is why it's good for you to either work, even if you're an entrepreneur, you know how to interact with people, you mix up with people. Don't cage yourself in the name of marriage. Because after all, marriage is supposed to, make you a better person. Marriage is supposed to be an area where two people come together in order to develop themselves more, in order to fulfill your purpose. Or have you not seen a situation where a girl will get married and the husband will tell her that her dream, that she should wait first, let her finish giving birth to children? It's still happening. I'm not telling you what is happening, 20 years ago, what was happening 20 years ago. I'm telling you, it is still happening now. I did a video, know what you want before you get married. That video, please, you might well go back to that video and listen to it. You need to know what you want before you get married. Because when you know what you want, you will not know who you will get married to. Yes, that's the truth. Having said that, I suggest that for me, the right age to get married for a girl is 25 and above. Then the right age to get married for a man is 30 and above. We are not going to dispute this. Like I said, this is based on experience and this is based on research. Life research is not research that I made online. people that I know that married early too, I asked them questions. I did like a questionnaire because this topic is very important to me. I did that. Nothing stops me from using my own personal experience to talk about this. No, but I had to, ask people to sample their opinions too. It is always good for you to discover who you are. Very important. I also have done a video where I mentioned it in passing that I was not mentally matured before I got married. I was not lying. My only saving grace is that I got married to a person that when I say this is what I want or this is what I want to do, he allows me to do it. That is my only saving grace. That is my only saving grace. But I will not sit down here and tell you that it was all rosy. Then I'll be lying to you, and I don't want to lie to you. My own saving grace is that I got married to someone that allows me to do what I want to do. I will say I want to do this one. In fact, sometimes I will intimidate him. Sometimes he says I blackmail him. Sometimes I will tell him, I did not do this, so allow me to do it. Sometimes too, I do it before even telling him. Yes. But these are things that I would have sorted out before even getting married. Are you getting it now? Are you getting my points now? That's just the truth. Finish your education. Where are you running to? So you don't know that when you get married, you are supposed to, bring something to the table. You don't know. You don't know that marriage is responsibilities. You don't know. You don't know that marriage costs money. You don't know. So you think marriage is a place where that is a recreation park now. You just go there and relax. That is not marriage. Marriage is work because you have to make it work. And you need to work hard in order to make your... That is just the truth. So, my darling, wait until you finish your education. When you finish your education, at least work for 2 years. Study yourself. Know the things you like and the things you don't like. So that you will be able to pass it across to the person that is coming for you. There is no hurry in life. All of us cannot be married at the same time. Yes. Finish your education. You can see how I'm emphasizing it. Because the world now needs people that are enlightened. The world now needs people that are, innovators. So you can't enter marriage empty-handed, like this. You just enter. Who will do the work for you? That is why we have series of problems daily. Because if the family is right, the society will be right. That's just the truth. So please consider these points I mentioned and think about this seriously. Pre-25, we are in it together. Please, I am here to guide you. Finish your education, work for some time, then develop yourself. Then you can marry. And your marriage will be a heaven made on earth. If you like my video, please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If this video made sense to you, please share this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in my next video.